Okay, in our last lecture, we have covered before switch and after switch. Now, in this lecture, we're going to cover before test and after test. So what is before test? So before test, it depends on a TestNG XML file, like before switch. So it will apply on TestNG XML file or on a test folder. So if you notice that the annotation name is before test, so there is a test word. So since this is with the test word, that's why this method will apply on the XML file on test folder or test module level. You know, it will apply on the test module scope. It uses this annotation through a method. We know that's like, you know, every annotation works with a, you know, method have to be tied with a method, and it will be executed before any other test runs or before the first @test annotation method. So it means it will execute first or before any other test cases or test annotation declared, you know, in the same test module, in the same test module in your XML file. Okay, so let's say it's an example. Let me go to say demo 2, right? So demo 2, we have a number of test cases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test cases, four test cases. So @test annotation will only consider as a test cases. Rest of them will not consider. So this is like before switch, right? And let's make a comment this one before switch so that we don't get confused with the before switch. So here, you know, I'm going to add before test. Okay, before test. Okay, before test, and then I will make a method public void. So before test. Okay, before test, whatever the method name, I'm giving the same method name, but real life, you know, see, this method name will be more that makes sense. Before method, and I will say system.out.println, and then I will say over here before test. Okay, so similarly before test. Let's put in here before test. Okay, and similarly, let's hover your mouse and import the package. Okay, and same way I will create another method. Doesn't matter where you create. Okay, the annotation will define, or your priority will define which one will get first or last. Okay, and then here this one I will say before test, rename the method before test. Okay, before test, that's fine. So some reason probably I used before already this method name. Okay, so I will say, let's example, let me change the method name before test, right? So I will say bf before test. Okay, so this is before test. Then after test, right? af test. Okay, and then after test, and let's add the annotation after test. Okay, hover mouse, import the package. Okay, so now I added before test one method and after test with another method, and it is these two methods. It belongs to where? It belongs to demo 2. So this method, I said before test method will run before with any other method which is started with that test. So in this class I have a test method, actual test method, this one with a @test annotation, this one, 3, 4. Okay, 4 test method I have. So apart from this test method, this before method, before test will run first, and it will run once. Similarly, after all the @test annotation method got executed, you know, after test method, the method related with after test, this will run at the end. Okay, and and it will apply wherever you declare this method, like this method before after test method, wherever the class you in the class you declared, and this class wherever it belongs to in your TestNG XML file. What's the module? So this demo2 is belongs to login module, so it will only apply this before test after test method will only apply in your login module. It will not apply in search module, because the search module it didn't, so because we didn't declare any classes which is under the search module, because search module have a class demo and demo1, but we declare before test and after test in demo2. So and demo2 is belongs to login module, because if you just easy to remember, the before test, the test annotation. So any method which is the annotation, test annotation, whether it's before or after, it always belongs to your XML test module level, test module. So this is the test module level. So where the class, wherever this class will going to be, that module, so it will apply on that specific module level. Okay, let's run it and you will see it. Run it as a TestNG. Okay, see the output. You can see here the top 4 method, this is comes from the demo and demo1, which is the part of the search module. So that's why that before test module method didn't apply up there. But here in demo, in login module, I have a demo2. In demo2 I have all this method, like before test to validate API login. If you go here, you can see this is the one, test to validate your log. I didn't put any priority here, so that's why it's run as a default priority. Test to validate API login, and then test to validate mobile login, and then test to validate SSO account, test to validate web login. Here is all the 4 test method I have. So before all this execute, first it's ran this one, before test one, which is before test. You can see before test, and after then all the test cases got executed, and then after test is got execute. After test, you see. And this is from the after suite. Our suite will run, the after suite will run at the very end, because it's a suite level. It's this is the suite is the very last hierarchy, the closing suite. That's why I didn't make a comment for the suite, that's why it's showing up here. But this is for you from your after suite. So it's again, it is belongs to your TestNG module level, test module level. Wherever you declare that before test method, whatever the belongs to the class, and if this class belongs to whatever the module, it will consider to execute whether at the first or at the end for that specific module level. Okay, I hope that is clear.